Welcome back. As widely promised, James Creedon is here with Media Watch. He's plugged in, he's ready, the computer is on. James, I know you've got lots to get on with, so I will be quiet and just say magazines and papers in France may be sounding the death knell for Nicolas Sarkozy's political rule. Surely not.
It's pretty incredible this morning, Mark. If he had gone down to his local newsstand over by the Élysée Palace,
sent his servant,
she probably would have done that. I don't think he does that sort of thing, going out for the paper in the morning. They're delivered. In any case, he'd have been shocked. 4 headlines in Libération, that's a left-leaning daily, and 3 of the weekly magazines, you can see it here, talking about la chute, that is, I suppose, the fall of the clan of Sarkozy and the people around him. Also speaking about the end of his reign, la fin de règne, and also that was on the front page of Le Nouvel Observateur, more of a left-leaning paper. So across the political spectrum, Le Point being more right-leaning, Le Nouvel Observateur being more left-leaning, they were all saying this is the end. Well, why? Because there have just been scandal after scandal after scandal coming out related to, I suppose, political financing, graft, also illegal wiretapping of journalists. Now, he hasn't been directly linked to any of these scandals yet, you could say, but people in his entourage have been, and it's becoming I suppose, there's such an accumulation of them that people are saying now he basically can't win the election. That was what Laurent Geoffrin, a well-known editorial writer for the Nouvel Observateur, said. As far as anyone can now tell, Sarkozy cannot win the election, but he did say the left could still lose. Now, so I suppose we'll have to wait and see. It's still 7 months ahead. It's a long time in advance to be drawing those sort of conclusions. But it is pretty interesting. And even in this newsroom this evening, I heard people saying that they had spoken to inner circle people in the Sarkozy, I suppose, administration who also think it's gone beyond being retrievable. So a lot of people are saying these scandals, they've just caught up with Sarkozy and he's not going to be able to get out of it.
Yes, we've got friends in all sorts of places here, Francois. Can't believe you and me. Eh? And look, so the other issue, of course, is that the Senate has gone to the left for the first time ever. That's the upper house here in France has gone left wing.
People are saying that's a sign
that things could be changing.
And do you know who else got a pretty good feel of it, I suppose, today was the cartoonist for Le Monde, Plantu. He showed this sort of door with trapdoors opening in it, and I think we can have a look at that, and Sarkozy falling through with all sorts of bags of money underneath, which is, I suppose, his interpretation.
Hints at the different scandals that are enveloping the Sarkozy reign, as they've been calling it in the magazines you say there.
There you go, and a little crown falling off his head too. And you know, he didn't even get any respite in Morocco, Mark. He was all over Morocco because France is selling a TGV system, and that's the high-speed train, for 2 to 3 billion euros. But they're saying on the blogs over there, if we have a look online, they're saying, hey, you know, we don't need a TGV over here. 1/3 of the population has illiteracy issues. There are bigger priorities. And the only reason they're doing this is because Morocco reneged on another deal back in 2007 to buy fighter jets. They went to the Americans instead and bought F-16s instead of buying the French Rafale fighters. So this is sort of all a diplomatic deal, according to some. And you can see it on various blogs as well, people calling it not a springtime for Morocco. I suppose that's a reference to the Arab Spring.
Indeed, indeed. Maybe France is going to open some schools.
There you go.
Okay, let's go to Russia, or the Russian army, not using Kalashnikovs. This seems like a bit of a strange idea.
Right, well, it's finished. They're not going to order any more Kalashnikovs for the Russian army from, well, Kalashnikov. He was the guy back in 1947, he's photographed here in the Telegraph, who developed the whole idea, and it you know, there were various more modern versions of it, and it's now the most sold, most common machine gun in the world, tens of millions of them in circulation. And there are pictures as well, I think, of him receiving I think it's called the Hero of Russia Award from not from Vladimir Putin, he'll be back soon, I suppose, but from Mikhail, from Mr. Medvedev last year. So there you go, he was given the award for that. But the thing is, they're going to keep him in the dark over this decision to do away with the Kalashnikov in the Russian army, because at 91 years of age, they're very ironically fearful that the shock could kill him.
Oh, poor guy.
Poor guy. Well, I suppose the Kalashnikov has been responsible for a lot of deaths as well, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, not least of all, over in Somalia, and that's where we're going next. This is pretty shocking stuff, I think. It's in, this is actually, Radio Netherlands have put this up. Al Andalus is a radio station in Somalia run by the Islamic militia Al-Shabaab. They recently held their annual Quran recital competition for religious books. Basically, the prize was what? Not a camera, not an iPad, an AK-47, which is a Kalashnikov.
So you get a series of religious questions, right? And you get a Kalashnikov.
That's right. And the competition was aimed for children between 10 and 17 years of age.
Good heavens.
So it's pretty appalling stuff. Lots of those Kalashnikovs still circulating.
James Creedon with Media Watch. If it happens online, this guy is chasing it. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mark.